All right, everyone. Back again, kind of with part 2 of my time in Principe. Thought it was about time because I've been here 5 weeks now, and the days are just flying by. Like days just disappear into kind of nothing. Well, not nothing. Like loads of work. Work's massively picked up pace, and I'm finding that I'm actually busy now. Kind of doing getting involved in loads of different projects and initiatives and things, which is great. I'm kind of doing a lot of work at the moment with Anne, who's the marine biologist, who kind of runs the marine biology department. So I'm helping her a lot with kind of things that she doesn't have time for, as in like inputting data and things like sustainable fisheries, megafauna data, and those things, which is interesting. And also with her, we're doing a project at the moment which is mapping a snorkeling trail for the tourists around Bon Bon Resort, which is one of the 2 kind of main tourist resorts here, which is quite cool. Kind of means I get to spend my weekends on work and sometimes during the week, which is nice, just snorkeling around Bon Bon. So that's waking up and not going to the office, but instead going to snorkel in the beautiful waters. Is alright, and is something I could definitely get used to. So this is lovely, but sometimes the work isn't all lovely. Well, still lovely, but just not on the same class. I'm doing work, like today I did 4 hours of shredding paper for the trust, which was lovely, very therapeutic as such. And yeah. And I'm also doing things that I wouldn't have imagined I'm doing. I kind of just sit in my desk some days and just get a shout, just, Billy, what are you doing? And I'm just like, nothing. And they're like, come and do blah, 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 blah. And he's like, right, fine. What am I going to lose? Why not? Only going to learn things. So I end up getting involved in some strange things. 2 main ones being, I was enrolled in a course for composting with a local women's group. So I spent a couple of days learning all about composting and how that works. So now I'm an expert in all that. And also something a little bit weirder is, which I was incredibly underqualified for, was being a vet's assistant. And basically, I think I mentioned it last time that Lara, has basically been brought in to kind of sort out the dog population. So she's sterilising the dogs in surgery, and I've kind of been her assistant, either literally like holding back intestines as we sterilise the dogs. I don't think you want too much detail, maybe a picture. Or also a more important job, which scares me when I do it, is inserting the anaesthetic and making sure they're still alive, which kind of got thrown upon me the first time I did it. I'm like, oh, big responsibilities. But yeah. And then also, very exciting, another job, whale watching. But I've kind of got the graveyard shift of the whale watching. Kind of been put in to see when the whales leave. So far, I do 8 hours a week, basically, 1 morning, 1 afternoon, amazing spot, probably one of the nicest views on the island, with a guy called Albertino, and we just sit there and kind of do this for a while.
2 hours later. 6 hours later.
You're listening to Harry Roger in man, I wave in the filter, man, we don't play in the field car, everything, man. I got them man blazing the dead man, I raise in the left car, everything, man. I could've told you before, don't get yourself running the walk out, everything, man. I just laugh at the game, left a soundboy barking in pink out, everything, man. The way I came in the game and showed everything on sight was, man. I just smashed bare work and I watched no face, the respect got, man. I feel the hate in the air, so when I touch down, see your man get lift. Every other man wanna be bad till the white light start moving. When it's cap for the champion, don't know it get.
And so far we have spent 16 hours there and seen 0 whales. 0 whales. We got very fortunate and saw a pod of dolphins, which was surprising. But yeah, 0 whales. And yeah, so whale watching, and then also kind of doing all this work, like all the inputting data and stuff, got me some nice kind of bonuses. Like last Thursday, I went out with the turtle guards with a couple of other people, and we went whale watching. Yet again, saw no whales, but got to spend a day on the boat, kind of jumping in the water, snorkeling, going around all the beaches, looking for turtle nests, because it's turtle season. Yes, they have like 5 different species of turtles here, and it's a massive project for them to do, to kind of sort out all the turtles. And another thing about that boat trip is Anne had got a call off one of the coast guards before we went about a turtle getting caught in one of the nets, and he didn't know what to do with it. And that was amazing, because we went to where the fisherman's village was and found it, and just grabbed and just took this little just grabbed this little turtle, and we were just observing it and looking at it and kind of trying to figure out what kind of turtle it was, and then eventually released it into the water. And it was so cute, and such an amazing experience to hold a turtle. A lot heavier than you think now. That shell weighs a lot. But yeah, something really, really nice to do.
Bracco 161.
I've had like several questions about like what the nature's like and stuff here, because it's like a tropical island, it's beautiful, but actually it isn't the best, and it's kind of due to its position and how it's made up. Basically, Principe was blasted from the sea about 30 million years ago out of a volcano, and that's kind of its composition, and that's kind of how it was, just volcanic rock with nothing else. And kind of over time, it's gained some species, whether naturally from blowing in through the wind or whatever, or brought in by settlers who've come here. And also, same for the animals as such, like, there's loads of endemic bird species because the birds have flown in, and then because we're 150 kilometres off the coast of like any major African nation, they don't really get off, so it's really good for bird watching and stuff. There's loads of cool endemic species, but there's no real mammals on land. There are monkeys, which we've eaten. That's the only time I've seen a monkey. When we picked up, that was a weird sight. Went to go pick up a monkey, and it was literally just skinned and just a monkey. Still, it was skinned completely apart from like its hairy feet. That was pretty grim, but interesting. So yeah, there's no real mammals apart from monkeys here. But there is some in the sea. The sea's like the megafauna. After inputting all the data from what's been spotted around here, there is quite a lot of it. Like there are several shark species. Obviously, we've got the humpback whales, which I'm trying to spot. Dolphins, turtles, and rays, and kind of like sunfish are occasionally spotted as well. And even bigger sharks like hammerhead sharks and stuff. So they're all seen here, which is quite cool. But the waters themselves aren't like the best kind of in terms of reefs and things. And this is kind of due to, there's basically an upwelling of cold water from like 3 months mainly on the west coast of Africa. And this kind of has a massive effect on the waters because it reduces the temperature to lower than is needed to produce coral and stuff. So here we only get like 6 species of hard coral, no real colourful soft coral. So snorkeling and diving isn't the best because of fish species as well. There are loads, and they're all really nice, but there's nothing massive and stuff, like no like amazing things. But no, I shouldn't really be slagging off Principe and its ecology and things like that, because it's actually like amazing. I love it here, and there's so much to do, and there's so much unexplored, and that's kind of what makes it so special, I think. So what makes it a nightmare for tourism, because nothing is really established yet. Like they're only opening up their second walking route, which is Pico Papagayo. And yeah, there's not really. Well, that's what makes it so special. That's why I would call it pristine, because nothing's kind of set up here yet. Nothing's kind of like properly set. There's no, okay, you do this, 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 and this. Like people are still finding things. We're still trying to. I went to waterfalls and like finding our own path out of the waterfall through the jungle, and like stumbling across weird things that someone has sort of read about in a guidebook or something. And so yeah, there are still loads of things. Like we're all trying to plan walks up to the big mountain peaks, but there's nothing really established, and that's what makes it so special. And that's kind of because half of it is the UNESCO biosphere site. So there are no roads into half the southern part of the island, which is amazing. And the only reason we know what it looks like is because of like really high-tech drone footage that was done earlier this year, which is really cool to look at. It kind of mapped the island in 3D, which is something I'd never seen before, and all that. Another funny thing is the things I've kind of noticed, that the more time I spend here, the more things you notice you take for granted at home and not here. Like having water pressure in the morning is a big thing. So sometimes I just get up and try and go for a shower, and there's no water pressure. So it's like, right, I'm going to smell for the rest of the day then. That's how that is. And also things when supermarkets aren't stocked, and it's like the satisfaction of when the boat comes in, the supermarket's stocked, because there's just so many things that aren't there, and it affects the restaurants and what they have as well. So that's a big thing. And then also funny things the other way around that I've been complaining about. Oh, Alex, I need to go to the beach. Haven't been to the beach in so long. He's like, Billy, it's been 5 days. You haven't been to the beach. He's like, oh right. Yeah, but still, I want to go to the beach. And that's something that I massively take for granted, that I can just go to the beach really whenever I want, which is ridiculous, and still haven't kind of got over that yet. And then there's also things we call like Principe moments that have sort of happened. And a prime example of this happened here last weekend, and it was ridiculous. So we're trying to book pizza, because there's a woman who's just come back from South Tome who deals in pizza. So we book him for pizza, and we ask the guy like if he has pizza. He's like, no, we can't do it tonight, but I can do it for you tomorrow. And we're like, yeah, okay, we wanted it 7:30 tonight, but we'll have it 7:30 tomorrow, no worries. And then at 7:30 the next morning, I get a call off the pizza guy. Like, I'm still asleep at this point, and I get a call, and I see who it is. I've no idea what time it is. I see it's Ildo, and he's just starts shouting down the phone to me in Portuguese, and I'm there like, whoa, 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 like just reading off like kind of like welcomes and general conversation. And then he's there like, your pizza's ready now, and I'm like, what? I'm just woken up, I don't want pizza. And he's like, yeah, your pizza's ready now, like, where do you want it? And I'm like, what? Like I don't speak that good enough Portuguese. I'm like, I don't know, just woken up, what do I do? And he keeps rambling down the phone like, pizza's now. And I have to just like, I'll speak to the others and get back to you. And bless him, he made the pizzas for 7:30 in the morning. And when he kind of got asked about it, when we finally sorted it out, he was there like, oh, but you said you were hungry. You would be hungry last night, so I presumed I'd make them for breakfast. And it's just like, oh, such a Principe moment. They must think we're all so weird, wanting pizza for breakfast, bless them. But yeah, it's kind of what sort of happened again in the next 5 weeks, and it's been amazing. Loved every minute of it, and there's still so much to learn and explore and stuff that I'm sure I'll have more to come within the next couple of weeks. So cheers for watching again. Hope you like it.